Welcome back to the Relaxing Ghost channel here on YouTube. As always, your host with the most, Ghost. Today, we got a special Halloween video for you guys. The best and the worst of WCW Halloween Havoc. So what we're going to do here is pretty much go through each year of Halloween Havoc and, pick apart some of the best, some of the worst matches. There was a lot of bad at Halloween Havoc throughout the years. And I think other than, Starrcade and Great American Bash, Halloween Havoc is probably right up there with both of them as, one of the favorites of a lot of wrestling fans. We all remember Halloween Havoc 98, the big pumpkin logo. That just such an iconic stage and arena with, the giant pumpkin for a staging area. It's, not too creative, but it is really cool to go back and watch it. And it's really weird that WWE has never made a Halloween Havoc compilation. Some of these matches, are really hard to find. They're not on a lot of DVDs. Some of the more popular ones are, but matches from like 89, 90, 91, they're not really on much DVDs. So Halloween Havoc officially debuted October 28th, 1989. It was in the Civic Center in Philadelphia. This was in the Thunderdome cage. Sting and Ric Flair defeated Terry Funk and the Great Muta. Bruno Sammartino was the guest referee. We also had the Road Warriors defeat the Skyscrapers. I think both those guys went on to have pretty good careers, especially one of them. And Teddy Long was their manager. We had Lex Luger defeating Brian Pillman for the U.S. title. And Doom defeated Rick and Scott Steiner. I'm not going to run down each and every match from every Halloween Havoc. That would just be a very long video. But as we get into it, guys, comment down below if I don't mention some of your favorites from Halloween Havoc. Comment down below. Share your memories of Halloween Havoc. Even if I do mention your favorites, make sure you drop a comment, thumbs up, hit that subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to comment, and I'll be sure to do more WCW videos, because this is something I've wanted to do for a while, and I think Halloween Havoc is the perfect pay-per-view to start with. 1990s edition of Halloween Havoc. Sting, who was the world champion, defeated Sid Vicious. Stan Hansen defeated Lex Luger for the U.S. title. World Tag Team Champions Doom battled Rick and Arn Anderson to a double countout. JYD pinned Moondog Rex. Terry Taylor pinned Bill Irwin. 1991, from Chattanooga, Tennessee. This would be one of the most talked about matches in the worst category, the Chamber of Horrors match. Just a awful match where they put Abdullah the Butcher in the electric chair. And if you guys are wondering what book this is a wrestling almanac. It's from 2003. This would be the 8th edition. And this is a book from Pro Wrestling Illustrated. It has pay-per-view results from WCW, ECW, WWF, WWE, title histories, and then it has, the PWI 500s in here with, Wrestler of the Year. They also have height and weights for, pages and pages of superstars. They also have which is also interesting. The 2002 year of ratings for WWE. Pretty cool to see some of these ratings. This week in WWE, Raw got a 3.4, SmackDown got a 3.3, and Sunday Night Heat got a 1.1. That's crazy. So, also on WCW Halloween Havoc 91, World Champion Lex Luger defeated Ron Simmons in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Luger would win 2 falls to 1 with a pile driver. 2001 is pretty much known for that awful Chamber of Horrors match. That included El Gigante, Sting, and the Steiners defeating Vader, the Diamond Stud, Scott Hall, Cactus Jack, and Abdullah the Butcher. It's an awful match. It is on the OMG DVD, which I plan to review soon. Let's move on to 92. We're getting into some better years of WCW. The mid-90s were great in WCW. Halloween Havoc 92, we had Ron Simmons, who was the world champion, defeating the Barbarian with Cactus Jack. And the Coal Miner's Glove match, which I kind of enjoy. It's on the Jake Roberts DVD. Sting defeated Jake Roberts. Jake Roberts had the the little black cobra and was getting bit by that little cobra. Very weird. Dustin and Barry Windham also battled a 30-minute draw with Steve Williams and Steve Austin. So really cool. And Rick Rude defeated NWA champion Masa Chono by DQ. So he didn't win the title there. 93, really good stuff here. 1993, Big Van Vader, who was the world heavyweight champion, defeating Cactus Jack. That's a very good feud there. Cactus Jack and Vader had some great matches in WCW. And also in War Games, or no, sorry, that's another video. In a spin a wheel, make the deal match that turned out to be a Texas death match, which was Vader and Cactus Jack. U.S. champion Dustin Rhodes defeated Stone Cold Steve Austin. The Nasty Boys defeated World Tag Team Champions Too Cold Scorpio and Marcus Alexander Bagwell. Rick Rude beat Ric Flair by DQ. So that was 92. Moving along. Oh, that was 93, sorry. 94. Dustin Rhodes beat Arn Anderson. U.S. champion Hacksaw Jim Duggan beat Stone Cold Steve Austin. Vader pinned the Guardian Angel. Nasty Boys beat Terry Funk and Bunkhouse Buck. And world champion Hulk Hogan pinned Ric Flair in a steel cage match. Steel cage retirement match. They would replay this in 1999 in their uncensored match. So this was to kind of get Ric Flair off TV for a while. And Mr. T was a special guest referee. I also think Shaq was somehow involved around that time. Now, that was Bash at the Beach, I think. Halloween Havoc 95. I'm getting into some better stuff here. The Giant defeating Hulk Hogan in his first match for the WCW heavyweight title, pinning Hulk Hogan. Or he actually beat Hogan by DQ when Jimmy Hart interfered and hit referee Randy Anderson. Randy Savage also defeated Lex Luger. Ric Flair and Sting beat Arn Anderson and Brian Pillman. And this would later be towards the resurgence of the Four Horsemen. 96, now we're in the NWO era of Halloween Havoc. I mean, there's so many hidden gems in WCW pay-per-views. I really wish that we got another volume of this. one DVD set really doesn't do it for me. Yeah, they released several WCW DVDs, but the wrestling nerd in me just always wants more. And I really wish they would have released a few WCW anthology sets. So Halloween Havoc 96, I actually forgot about this one, which was World Champion Hulk Hogan versus Randy Savage. We also had Scott Hall and Kevin Nash defeating Harlem Heat for the tag titles. We had Syxx versus Chris Jericho, and Benoit and Stephen Mongo McMichael defeating Barbarian and Meng. I always liked Meng and Barbarian. 1997, I think this is the one everyone's been looking forward to. Halloween Havoc 97, another iconic show. Yugi Nagata defeated Ultimo Dragon. Chris Jericho defeating Gato, who is now the booker of New Japan. Rey Mysterio Jr. defeating Eddie Guerrero in a mask versus title match. One of the greatest matches I have ever seen. Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero just had such a great chemistry together. And this match at Halloween Havoc 97, you can find it on a few DVD sets, so really good match. Randy Savage defeated DDP in a death match, and Roddy Piper beat world champion Hulk Hogan with a sleeper hold in a non-title cage match. Really sucks they didn't put the title on Piper here. They kind of did the same thing twice here, as Piper beat Hogan at Starrcade, and then he would beat him here at Halloween Havoc. It kind of sucks. Hogan really didn't want to put anyone over. 98, another one that people talk about a lot is going to be 1998. Another one of the best matches, and kind of one of the worst nights of WCW. World champion Bill Goldberg defeating DDP in an excellent match. Bill Goldberg had no right putting on a match of that quality, and he did. Bret Hart defeated Sting, who was the U.S. champion, or Bret Hart retained the U.S. title. Really cool match, Sharpshooter versus Scorpion Deathlock, and then one of the worst matches of all time, Hulk Hogan versus the Warrior. Awful match, Hogan with the flashbang. It had a lot of promise to it, but it nowhere nearly lived up to the match that WrestleMania 6 had. 99 is kind of forgettable, but Eddie Guerrero defeated Perry Saturn. Brad Armstrong defeated Berlin. Rick Steiner defeated TV champ Chris Benoit to win the title. Luger defeated Bret Hart. Sting defeated Hulk Hogan when Hogan laid down and allowed Sting to pin him. So a lot of people might remember that. This was kind of playing off the whole aftermath of the finger poke of doom. And I completely forgot about 99. Like I said, a lot of this Halloween Havoc stuff isn't on DVDs. DDP defeated Ric Flair, and U.S. champion Bill Goldberg defeated world champion Sting in a non-title match. So this was kind of after this Hogan laying down stuff. In the beginning pay-per-views, they would list the times. Then some of the later ones, they don't list the times. But, they did that a few times in WCW. They did the finger poke of doom. Then they did Jarrett laying down. They did Hogan laying down. Hogan just didn't want to play fair here. He wanted it his way or no way. That kind of sucked. Halloween Havoc 2000. We're at the end of the road here. Great year for WCW overall. There's some good stuff in WCW 2000. There's a lot of bad though. Jindrak and O'Hare defeated Rey Mysterio Jr. and Billy Kidman and Boogie Nights in a three-way match. We had Buff Bagwell beat David Flair in a DNA match. Just weird, awkward stuff. Mike Sanders defeated Ernest Miller in a 3-round kickboxing match to become the sole commissioner of WCW. Mike Awesome beat Vampiro. General Rection beat U.S. champion Lance Storm and Jim Duggan in a handicap match to win the title. Jeff Jarrett defeated Sting, and world champion Booker T beat Scott Steiner by DQ. And in the main event, Bill Goldberg defeated Chronic. So, not really the best in 2000. I really wish WWE would have brought back Halloween Havoc at least once. We see it now. They're brought back Starrcade a couple of times, or it will be a couple of times by probably, the mid towards the end of November. But Halloween Havoc will always live deep in wrestling fans' hearts. A lot of good, a lot of bad, but I think overall Halloween Havoc is just one of the most memorable pay-per-views ever. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Take some time. Comment down below your favorite memories of Halloween Havoc. We'll talk to you later. Peace.